Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the reviews. Today, we're talking about episode 6 of Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. No, this is episode 5. Sorry, lost track. We're talking about episode 5. And this episode was also another fantastic episode. It was always chill, it was always slice of life. We're not getting, we're just chilling, That's how I like it, And the one thing that I like about, this episode is that we're in summer and you guys might not think it's a big deal, but to me it's more immersive when I'm watching like a summer anime and like it's summer right now and I'm watching a summer anime in summer. To me, it's more like immersive. Like there's some winter animes that kind of like which I said like in the codes type of place where I usually just like to watch them, in the winters because like it's more immersive to me. So when this anime is when this episode was set in summer, midsummer, and the episode kind of talks about how like it's really hot and it was freaking hot today. I stayed inside, and thank goodness I mostly spend my time was this in the basement, was this in the office basement, which is hella cool. It's much cooler than the upstairs. Upstairs like an oven. Anyway, sorry, sidetrack. Now let's talk about the episode. How was it? Episode wise, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It was an amazing episode. It was we were just it was basically the same thing, not the same thing, but I'm just basically us, seeing more of us this Sasaki because this episode kind of spent like the majority of the episode was about Sasaki's workplace, and like if you remember last week's episode, I kind of said how I kind of liked what's this there was this the Sasaki's boss. This week I just hate him a crap ton because he went on what's this a 14-day vacation, 14 days, which living on dumping all the work on like Sasaki, the newcomers, Sasaki's best friend. I still don't know his name, but like I just like him. Anyway, the workload was dumped on them to the point where like we had people who like literally wouldn't show up. The new guy, like he knew like the boss was in there and was like, hey, like, I'm not coming to work. Saseki now was forced to like start going to like people who not coming to work, going to other places, getting the documents so like they can finish work fast. And this was kind of like it kind of showed like how bad his workplace is. Like I know it has some good aspects, it can be good sometimes, but this part was just it showed how bad it was because from we missed like from the day the boss left until the day he came back, we were missing we were missing the trains because we were spending the whole night living around like what's this 11 close to 12. That's when we were living, going back to work, and the trains kind of this was the last train. So he kind of started missing the last train, and worst of all, he was waking up around like 6:30. So think about this: he has to now commute by legs, walking back home, a hella late in the night, drained from work, and then get like a couple hours of sleep. Wake up early in the morning to get the earliest train, get to work, repeat that cycle all over again. Like to be honest, Sasaki is much stronger than me because I would have waited on the second day, like this day exactly, like after I've done work, I would have, just not showed up, just didn't even go because this I know like this isn't really good. This isn't the best of a work environment. This is not a work environment I'll thrive in. I'm a very lazy person, so like I do the bare minimum, and like for me, the bare minimum right now would be to stay back at home and just chillax because I'm not putting pressure on myself if you're not putting pressure on yourself. Because how the hell are you taking a vacation midsummer when you know workload is hella high? And now I'm a since Sasaki is like the oldest and people kind of like coworkers look up to Sasaki. I so like the most of the work was dumped onto him. Nah, it was good. And like shocking, we didn't for those 14 days we were working hard. I doubt we went to like the convenience store or met up with Tayama, which I feel like Tayama was I wouldn't say it was she kind of missed us because at the end of our 14 day was this extra time. I doubt it they even paid him overtime. I doubt they paid him. They didn't pay him anyway. On our last day of our overworking ourselves, we were working back home. Because I doubt that was this Sasaki was thinking about going to have a smoke. I feel like since it was raining, it was late in the night. He was probably thinking of just going home because he was tired. Waking up at 6, leaving at work around like 11, close to 12, walking home. It's not good. But we kind of saw time out was outside. Like my head canon right now is she was probably like waiting for him because she didn't see him for a couple of days and she was just outside. Maybe she can catch a glimpse of him. She just wanted to see him. She missed us. It's fun. She missed us. And then we have this fun slice of life moment where we just chillax and just have fun with Yamada. Just Tayama, sorry. Just have fun with him. Just hang around. Just talk. Just chat. Fun moments. The conversations that we didn't even do in this past 14 days. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck the watch this is the past because I would have quit, but like I doubt it was this during that 14 days where Sasuke was working overtime. I doubt he would I feel like his body must have been aching. He's in his 40s. His body must have been like really, really hurting badly. Back pain, leg pain. But I doubt he would, now go to work because he didn't want to put more workload on like the others. He would rather take the workload than give what's this have people have more workload. And before I even talk about this part, there's a certain part of the episode that got me even more frustrated than the boss leaving. Okay, this girl right here, she blackmailed Sasaki because she kind of said that her grandfather is ill and she kind of needs to go to the hospital. And Sasaki, being Sasaki, kind of says he will handle like all her paperwork. But once she's leaving, she kind of says, "Yes, I'm coming right up." But like the way she said it, maybe it's a dub, maybe it's because like I said, I watch it in dub. But the way she said it was like she was talking to like one of her friends. She was like, "Yo, I'm coming right now." That's the way I interpreted it, and I would frequently thank God I didn't even draw her face in properly because she doesn't even deserve to have a proper face. Anyway, that's like my other nitpick on like the work we were doing. We kind of learned of another fun fact. What's this? Daima's boss is the same generation as Sasaki. They're both in their 40s, and I I wouldn't have expected it. Like I knew she was old. Like I was probably guessing, like probably in her 30s, but I, Sasaki is much older than her. I bet like she's 40. Sasaki is like 40 something, 42, 42, 44. Which anyway, same generation. She kind of the reason she told him that they were the same generation is Sasaki being Sasaki. He's too respectful. He was being too formal, and she didn't really like it like that. So she kind of told him her age so he can know that he doesn't really need to be that respectful because she is younger than him, and he can talk the way he talks. He can just be casual with her. Okay, this scene got me all giggly because this was wholesome. Like I don't know, like I don't know if she got jealous. I know it was this. The boss was asking Sasuke if he ever asked what Tama's real age is, and Sasuke being respectful, he didn't really ask, but you know. So was the when Tama just put up, she kind of was started trying us, and then she kind of told us her age. She's 24, which it was a wholesome scene. Like I don't want to pick I don't want to go too deep into this, but like I feel like she just she was teasing him and not teasing him at the same time. Like Sasaki, you lucky dog. Getting a goth patty by smoking at a convenience store. Okay, I don't go out. I go outside, but I not to store wise. Not to store wise. Anyway, let's talk about the final part of the episode that I love more. The final part of the episode, which oh yeah, in this episode, the thing that shocked me the most in this episode is we didn't see Yamada that much. Like we only saw her for a brief, a brief interaction at first, and at the last, like the last minutes of the episode, that's when we see Yamada. This episode was mainly focused on Sasuke's her shitty work life and his interactions with Tayama, their growing relationship, that type of thing. Yamada is kind of sidelined because like I understand we don't really talk to Yamada that much. We only see her at the convenience store. You can, and Sasaki being Sasaki, I doubt he would ever pursue like a romantic relationship with Yamada because he idolizes her and he thinks he's not worthy of going out with her unless she pushes forward in the relationship Sasaki wants. So like developing, Tama's relationship and Sasaki is the optimal route right now because Tayama will push forward. Sasaki is comfortable with Tayama, and in this part of the episode at the what's this, she kind of now like since the 14 work day thingy, he was really tired and he slept. She kind of drew like a flower in him, and it was like good job, and like he was happy. Even the boss in the beginning of the episode kind of said that she likes Tayama, and I know he wouldn't admit it, but he's developing feelings for Tayama, and Tayama is doing the same thing. She's also developing major feelings for them. So I'm happy with the relationship. I I would want him to pursue a relationship with Yamada as well. Like when I'm saying this, I know myself that Tayama and Yamada are basically the same person. So pursuing a romantic relationship with either one of them is, you know, basically doing the same thing with the other. But I just like it like that when I'm saying that when I'm thinking that to separate people. Like it's fun for me when I'm thinking that separate people. So I'll continue thinking the separate people. Okay, now this part of the episode was, a wholesome part of the episode. We sorry, we kind of had to see, Yamada in her casual clothing because when we see Yamada, it's mostly, in her work uniform. Taima wanted to, to like tease Sasaki, but like she wanted, a tease that could like tease him more, and dressing as Yamada, it was the best way to like actually tease him, and it was a good tease because he became a Buddhist at some point, just talking to Yamada, do certain chanting mantras. It was still funny. It's like this interaction is always just so sweet and wholesome. It's funny just seeing him blush and cut close. Like with Tayama, he has like that chill, relaxed vibe where like they're hanging out. It's not he doesn't express this other side of him. Like the two sides of there's like it's like a coin where like he shows heads to Yamada and shows tails to Tayama. Like I just like that. Overall, it was a pretty fun episode. I did enjoy it. Like I said, each and every episode of this show is always fun. I'm enjoying the slice of life. I'm loving how they're taking time to like develop the characters more. You know, develop the relationship because I feel like rushing into this relationship wouldn't really be as good as it. Like, some people will be like, no, it's dragging, but I feel that's the beauty of this show. It's taking its time, developing the characters where you can kind of you think of them as people, not just characters in a show that are meant to like do this type of things. The romance shows where like you just don't care about the relationship. You just care about the end goal. There's some harem animes that I watch. I'm not watching because I like the show. I'm watching because I want my favorite girl to get with the main character. I hate the main character, but like my girl winning is more more wholesome for me. So having a slower paced relationship romance is one of my favorite type of genres. Romance, like it can be fast paced. I don't mind, but I like it when they take the time to like actually develop each and every character's side. If even if you don't develop any side characters, the main characters developing themselves is really fun because in this show we don't have that many side characters. We have our friend from work and the boss. That's two side characters, but even that was still developing. Tama and Yamada's relationship. We're developing Sasaki, Tama, and they're both the dynamics. Everything about them is improving day by day. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm Hunter, and see you in the next one. Capiche?